Greetings, everyone. How y'all feeling out there? Welcome to our 2022 Black Graduation Ceremony. My name is Dr. Rosalind Connerly, and I serve as the Associate Dean and Carr Family Director of the Black Community Services Center, also known as the Black House here at Stanford University. All right, so we're about to begin the ceremony, so a few housekeeping so we can all act right this evening. So we're asking that you put your cell phones on vibrate or silent. We have videographers floating around, so if y'all can do that for us. We also ask that you keep the aisles clear, so please don't stand in the aisles. We have a couple of photographers that'll be floating around, and our graduates and our Kente presenters will also be using the aisles, so please stay in your seats, unless, of course, you're leaving to go to the restroom. Sound good? Y'all ready for your graduates? All right, so I am now going to be joined on stage by our drummers. Let's give it up for our drummers. Wonderful. All right, so we are going to begin with our processional. It is going to begin with our honored platform guests that will be seated right behind me, and followed by our bachelor's candidates, master's candidates, and our doctoral candidates. Sound good? All right. Welcome in our platform guests. All right, y'all. Welcome our graduates. Let's give it up to our drummers, specifically Kiazi, who is an alum. Shout out to you. Graduates, you may be seated. All right, so welcome again to all of the family and friends here to celebrate the accomplishments of your graduating students. Again, my name is Dr. Rosalind Connerly, and I will be serving as your MC for this evening's Black graduation ceremony. This is our first in-person Black graduation since 2019, so we are super excited to be back in Memorial Auditorium to celebrate our graduates. This ceremony will celebrate the class of 2022 as well as 2021 and 2020. Before we continue with the ceremony, I would like to begin with the land acknowledgement, which we typically do here at Stanford. I would like to acknowledge that Stanford University recognizes that we sit on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe. We honor the importance of the land to the people, and consistent with our principles of community and diversity, strive to be good stewards for the living peoples whose land we occupy. So, some people don't understand the importance of having a graduation that celebrates the accomplishments of our Black undergraduate and graduate students. But we understand the gravity of holding space during commencement week to be unapologetically Black and to celebrate the beauty of our community coupled with the brilliance of our graduating students. Black graduation ceremonies are held each year at many historically white institutions across the country. Most were born out of Black graduating students not feeling that the university commencement is able to fully affirm and celebrate their journey through the institution. Black graduation at Stanford is a celebration of all types of Blackness. This is a broad term in our community that encompasses the many identities and experiences that make up our students from the Black diaspora. This includes students that are first in their family to attend college, to students that come from families that have been educated for several generations. This includes students from working class families, affluent families, and in between. This includes Black American students, as well as students that are first-generation students from families that have immigrated to the States. Black graduation also includes graduating students that may not identify as Black, but have a connection to our community in other ways. This year's theme of Black graduation is the gift of Black folk. You're part of something way bigger. This theme is meant to encapsulate the beauty, the resilience, the power, innovation, and magic of our community, one filled with pathfinders, trendsetters, cultivators, and visionaries. It is also meant to pay homage to the shoulders of giants all of our graduates are standing on, as well as upcoming generations who will be standing on the shoulders of our graduates. Black graduation at Stanford also serves as a reminder of the graduating students that in 1975 felt it was time to create a ceremony that provided a space to celebrate and acknowledge Black graduating students. Yes. They wanted to emphasize that earning the degree from Stanford is not just their own personal accomplishment, but a communal one, which is why the presentation of the Kente sashes by family members was incorporated into the ceremony from the beginning. Holding our Black graduation here in Memorial Auditorium is also symbolic for our community. In 1968, during the Stanford's response to white racism event that took place in this very auditorium following the assassination of Dr. King, members of the Black Student Union took the mic from the then provost and presented the university with a list of 10 demands that included some of them included additional hiring of faculty of color, increased admission of students of color, the creation of the program of African and African American Studies, and the creation of a department that would later become the Black Community Services Center. To the graduates, I applaud all of you for your ability to adapt and pivot with the ongoing changes due to this ongoing pandemic and the ongoing incidents of anti-Blackness locally and nationally. I've been able to experience the brilliance of all of you here at Stanford, and I am learning that you are not just looking to make an impact here on campus, but you are looking to bring back your social capital to your home communities. Graduation is a culmination of your time spent studying, writing papers, piece sets, completing internships, and running on minimal hours of sleep. For some of you, this also meant navigating that extra layer of being the only or very few Black students in your classroom, which brought about an extra awareness of your multiple identities. For some, this meant constantly feeling like you had to prove that you belonged here, feeling tokenized and that you had to speak on behalf of the entire Black community. For others, you may have thrived and used being underrepresented in your major or program to your advantage. Whatever your experience, there were lessons learned and bonds created that ultimately led you to this point. Family and friends, a celebration of Blackness in the Stanford context means a celebration of achievement, a celebration of excellence, a celebration of our ancestors, and a celebration of family. With that said, let's celebrate our Black graduates this evening. I am now going to be joined on stage to my right by Richmond Odufisan. He will be graduating with an MS in Civil Engineering. They will be leading us in the singing of the Black National Anthem, and it is also printed in your program. So let's give Richmond a hand as he approaches the podium.
Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
All right. Thank you, Richmond. Please welcome Reverend Dr. Sakina Young-Scraggs to the stage for our invocation. Rev Sis is the Senior Associate Dean for Religious and Spiritual Life and pastor of Memorial Church.
Somebody say amen after that. All right. Profound words lie in the Hebrew sacred text. Hear this, O ye elders, and all the people of the land. Has anything happened such as this? Tell your children of it, and your children's children, unto a next generation. You, sitting here tonight, are that generation. You are the promised hope for. You are the manifestation of dreams and prayers, and you stand here today as testaments to generations behind all those that are to come. You are now in the moment of a passage, the place between transformation. And so we celebrate and rejoice on this most august occasion. The transformation from one stage to the next, as they leave their experience here at Stanford, with all the joys and pains and midnight hour papers, y'all, to embark on another journey. Tell the truth. This ceremony of blessing and praise and ritual provides healing of wounds, celebration of progress, and hope for a prosperous future. So as we center our hearts and minds to pray an invocation, which not only invokes the divine, but invokes the cloud of witnesses, the saints, the ancestors, who stand with us today to testify and bless each one of us. I will pray in my own tradition, and I invite you to join me in your own. Let us pray. Almighty God, who set the world in motion, creator of the world, the great I am, the Elohim, who breathed life into humanity, who woke us up this day. You are the king of the white cloth, the supreme God who is the conduit between Orun and Ayeh. You are Yahweh, Jehovah, and yes, the great I am. The God of our weary years and the God of our silent tears, the God who brought us thus far on the way, the God who has by thy might led us into the light, yes, kept us forever on the path. We still pray. And so we pray, invoking your presence to fill this place with light and love and hope. O God of our foremothers and forefathers, whose shoulders we stand upon, we call upon you as the cloud of witnesses to resonate and hover over us today as we celebrate, affirm, and bless the coming and going of these graduates, the lifting of hope to the next generation. We come now on this day, God of creation, in all the ways that we know you, to say thank you. Thank you for it all. Thank you for professors and mentors and administrators who consider it not robbery to give their time and talent and wise counsel. Yes, God, thank you for parents and mothers and other mothers and aunties and mamas and uncle daddies, for community who clothed us and made soup when graduates were sick. We thank you for those who help pay bills and find grants and calm students when they thought they would just lose their minds. So yes, give special consideration now to these graduates, the labor that lies ahead of them as they move past this moment, the job interviews and graduate school and unseen challenges that now lie ahead. Bless now this place and space. Bless now these walls and these rooms right now and make them sacred and holy as we collectively honor your divine hand in their hard work. Yes, we've come today and this far by faith, and we should only be able to move forward by faith. And so we begin as we can only begin, with your hand upon us. You are the God who sat high and looked low and dwelt among us through all their toils and snares. So it has been your enduring presence and love that has sustained our hopes and dreams and our very lives. So we say thank you. Anoint this generation of visionaries with hope and endurance for the task ahead. Bless now the speaker as they provide fresh and intellectual spiritual hope for us, that some life may be touched and changed. And finally, breathe life on this occasion and this day among all other days, when lives will change and young people will move through the passage of graduation into their purpose. We pray in the name of all that is sacred and holy. And the people said amen, amen, and ashe. It's okay to give God some praise. It's okay to give praise. It's okay to celebrate.
Many thanks to Rev Sis for our invocation. Next, we will welcome Shaddai Vital to the stage. Shaddai, let's hype Shaddai up. Will be graduating with a BA in International Relations. Come on up, Shaddai.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shaddai Vital, and I'm honored to be able to speak in front of such an immaculate group of graduates today. I'd like to welcome all faculty, alumni, friends, and families who traveled near and far to witness this momentous occasion. Welcome to Black graduation. Isn't this exciting? My gosh, I look in the crowd and I see the unforgettable class of 2020. Yeah. The remarkable class of 2021. And the phenomenal class of 2022. Yes. Graduates, we did that. After years of PSETs, essays, hit or miss dining halls, and late night convos with the homies, we've reached the finish line, and now it's time to celebrate. I'm gonna be honest. The idea of being up here today and addressing all of you made me quite nervous. What could I say that many of you rising game changers and trailblazers don't already know? So I decided to use this time as a means of inspiring you all to achieve greatness as we embark on this scary yet exciting new chapter in our lives. When I first heard today's theme, the gift of Black folk, you're part of something way bigger, my immediate thought was Black excellence. Our extraordinary ability to not only lead in this world, but also rise against anything thrown our way and look good while doing it is our superpower. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't take me quite some time to embrace this. As a freshman in Donner, navigating this place for the first time by myself and away from everything I knew, I struggled a lot with feeling a part of this Black community. I often felt othered or that I didn't belong because of my upbringing, my interests, or anything that didn't fit the mold of what I thought it meant to be Black. Questioning my own Blackness, I secluded myself from that side of Stanford for a while, never stepping foot in Ujima or any Black party for that matter, because in my head, I didn't meet the cut as a Black individual. Fortunately, I met some great people in this crowd and who you'll hear speak very soon that changed everything for me and opened my eyes to the nuances of Blackness. There is no one way to be Black in this world. It comes in various shades, identities, and ways of thinking. And Black excellence is in all of us, in all of you, no matter how we speak, where we come from, or what path we choose in life. We don't just break ceilings, we shatter them. If there's one thing I know, it's that our resilience as a class and as a people is unmatched. Even with an unprecedented global pandemic hitting us in the most pivotal years of our undergrad experience, here we stand. Even with the reignition of the Black Lives Matter protests of 2020 and the difficulty of that era, here we stand. Though we may have been forced to grow up and mature a little faster than we expected, the truth of the matter is, we persevered because that's what we do. Graduating from Stanford is an achievement like no other. You look around and you see people who are gonna go off and do amazing things in this world, help countless people, and achieve whatever success they desire. But some of you here today, myself included, may be nervous of what comes next. Where do we go from here? Before we can answer that question communally, it first has to be answered individually. Where do you go from here? Despite the prestige and power of this institution, some of us are scared of the unknown that awaits us. No longer will we have the finite structure of quarters, finals, GPAs, and summer breaks. And while liberating, it can be daunting to envision. What comes next? The power is in your hands to decide, but I ask that you remember these words of Maya Angelou. When you learn, teach. When you get, give. In whatever path you choose to embark upon, give your story purpose and continue to pave the way for those who will come after you. We are the gift of Black folk. We are the determinants of our own success. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And what we will be are the movers and shakers of Stanford University, ready to take this world by storm. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you to Shaddai. All right. So I'm joined on stage by our honored platform guests. They are comprised of key faculty, administrators, and alumni who have been teaching, challenging, and supporting our graduating students during their tenure here at Stanford. Our alumni, trustees, and donors represented have gone above and beyond to provide ongoing support to our community as well. Each person on stage are close partners to us in the Black Community Services Center. I will now ask each of them to introduce themselves. I ask that you hold all of your applause till the end so we can get through them. So let's start with the second row there, and you're gonna remain standing. I'm gonna ask that you share your name, your role on campus, or your Stanford affiliation. And if you're on campus, you wanna share how long you've been with us. Sound good?
Hello, I'm Nadia Rawlinson. I am an alum. I graduated in 2001, and I am an active alum and happy to be here.
Good evening. My name is Arnitha Ball. I am a graduate of Stanford University, as well as Charles E. Dukeman, endowed professor in the Graduate School of Education. Emeritus. I am also a past director, faculty director of the program in African and African American Studies. And I've been teaching at Stanford for over 20 years. Yes. And I'm grateful to be here this evening. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. Zandra Jordan. I direct the Thank you. Hey, fam. I direct the Hume Center for Writing and Speaking, and I've been at Stanford for 5 years. Congratulations.
Hello and congratulations. My name is Reginald Mitchell, and I'm a professor of mechanical engineering emeritus. And this is my 29th Black graduation celebration. Right. And I've been at Stanford for 30 years.
I'm Harlan Pinto, and I'm Associate Professor of Medicine and Oncology. I did my fellowship here, and I joined the faculty in '91, so it's 30 years.
Good evening and congratulations. I'd love to say that I can see you, but I can't. It's dark as heck in here. But I'm James Jordan. I'm a member of the class of 1993, and I serve as the Director of Diversity and Inclusion for the Stanford Alumni Association. So on behalf of SAA, I want to welcome you into your alumnihood, and to all your family that's here. I hope that you have a great visit here at Stanford, and thank you for joining us in celebrating our graduates.
Good evening and congratulations, graduates. My name is William Tarpey. I'm an assistant. I'm a graduate of the class of 2012, so 10 years ago. I was at my Black grad ceremony, so happy to participate in yours. Nowadays, I'm an assistant professor in chemical engineering and by courtesy in environmental engineering. And I've been at Stanford for about 4 years, so congratulations.
Greetings, I'm Reverend Dr. Sakina Young-Skaggs, Rev Sis, and I'm the new Senior Associate Dean for Religious and Spiritual Life and new pastor of Memorial Church. I am new. This is my first graduation here at Stanford University.
Who am I? No. Black Stanford, is so good to see you in person. I am Professor Adam Banks. I'm the faculty director for the program in Writing and Rhetoric and for IDA, the Institute for Diversity in the Arts. And I have just wrapped up my 7th year here with you.
Ooh, Jamar! If you can't tell, I'm the resident fellow of Ujamaa House. And I am joined on stage by 3 other Ujamites. Would you raise your hand? 3 other Ujamites on this stage. So my name is Jan Barker Alexander. I'm an Assistant Vice Provost in Student Affairs for Inclusion, Community, and Integrative Learning. I have been here a total of 26 years at Stanford. I started in undergraduate admissions. I read her application, okay? And I am so excited to see this beauty of Blackness in this room.
Amen. All right.
Dom Johnson, pronoun she and they, Barker of Orders for today. I serve as the associate director here at the Black Community Services Center, also known as Black House.
Let's give it up one more time for our platform guests. Putting together a program of this magnitude takes many months of planning, including multiple emails and letters informing the graduates of information and deadlines for all of the events connected to Black graduation. The ongoing pandemic also added an additional layer of uncertainty as well. At each step of the way, there has been a committed group of people that have accommodated the needs of the graduates and their families. Folks from our Black Graduation Planning Committee, if y'all can stand up in the audience for us so y'all can see them. Let's give them a round of applause. Planning Committee. Thank you. So part of our planning committee is also students who are not graduating, so they've been working behind the scenes, as well as Dom Johnson, our associate director. Also shout out to our volunteers, y'all, who have been wrangling all of you and running back and forth. I do appreciate them. Next, we're gonna go on to our alumni charge. We are so grateful for the continued support of our Black alumni community. Recent gifts from the Carr family and Nadia Rawlinson are examples of the ongoing commitment to the Black community at Stanford. I would now like to invite alumna Nadia Rawlinson to the stage to present the alumni charge to the graduating classes. Nadia received her BA from Stanford University and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Please give Nadia a round of applause.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. It is really good to be back. Wow. You all have waited a very long time to be here with your parents, your sisters, brothers, grandparents, and friends to celebrate in person. Because Black graduation at Stanford is all about this, sharing this momentous moment with all the people that helped you achieve it. And let's be honest, I mean, just even hearing all the cheers just now, this is the best place to be on campus right now. It's a celebration filled with good emotion and so many great feelings. And I am blessed to be here with all of you. And to show my gratitude, I want to offer you 3 gifts that I believe will help you as you set off into the world: a welcome, a warning, and a wish. First, to take it back up and get a little light here, I want to say hello again to all of my Ujima family. Hello, it's good to see you. That is where I lived for my freshman and sophomore year, and it was a really special place for me while I was here. And I think that's really what connected me to Black graduation. From its founding, Ujima was dedicated to exploring the meaning of the Black diaspora. It's a story of who we are and where we're going, and our journey to reunite as one extended family. And that's what Ujima means in Swahili, extended family. Some of my best memories were coming here every June as a guest. This was back when it was at Memorial Church and not in this huge, beautiful auditorium. I'd be looking at all the graduates, sitting there where you're sitting today, with all of the people in their lives that helped them on this well-earned journey. I couldn't wait for the day that it was my turn. But when it came time for me to actually meet the moment, as joyful as it was, there was also a little bit of a bittersweetness to it. I wonder if you all feel any of that right now. Even as we smile and dance and celebrate with one another, in the back of our minds, you know that our time together over the last few years is coming to an end. But I'm here to tell you, don't worry about it. As you receive your stole and Kente clock tonight, you're not leaving your Ujima. You're entering into a new, even bigger, more diverse family, a global community full of fellow alumni that is more beautiful and more supportive than you can imagine. So wherever you lived while at Stanford, you're officially now and always will be a member of this larger Ujima. Welcome. Now for gift number 2. As you set out to write your next chapter, I offer you a friendly warning. If you're not open to the side roads and paths and detours in life, you'll miss out on some of the best parts that it offers. You're starting a new path today, and contrary to what you may believe, you can't choose your destination, and you shouldn't. The world has more in store for you than you can ever dream. And this is hard sometimes to hear because you've had to be stunningly excellent to be here. How can you possibly surrender some of this hard-earned work to a future and a fate that's uncertain? Well, not only is the world still unfolding, you are still evolving yourself. Your mind will change, your life circumstances will change, you will change. You'll even stumble on in your path in a way that gives you life-changing opportunity that you didn't expect. Embrace it. Like many of you, I'm sure, I arrived here fully clad in my suit of armor, but a funny thing happened on the way to Drake Lounge. I found that I actually could be myself here. I didn't need that protective armor that I thought I had. I felt the freedom and the license to become the person I was actually meant to be. I reveled in the intellectual ferment of my classes. My professors and friends helped spark that flame of curiosity and creativity that has become a guiding light throughout my entire life. I changed, and I accepted that gift. I grew with Stanford, and I'm better for it. And this has been the basis of my entire story. For many years, I denied a path for my passion for people and transforming leadership at great institutions, that this would eventually unlock my whole entire career for me and give me the seat at the table that I always wanted to affect change. More personally, I denied the implications of my multiple sclerosis diagnosis that happened early in my life. And it's a degenerative disease, and that I ignored all the implications, just trying to push through. But it wasn't until I realized that I couldn't make my full imprint on the world until I was the best physical self that I could be. Time and time again, life presented me with a series of new and unexpected paths. They caused fear and anxiety in the moment, but I humbly accept them now. You too will look back and marvel at how much of the world has in store for you and how little of it you could have predicted. So that leads me to my third and final gift, a wish. I hope for so many great things for you, but if there's one wish, is that you'll let go of some of the risk-averse thinking that may have taken hold to get you here, because now that you're leaving Stanford, those ways will no longer serve you. I'm telling you that the privilege of being a Stanford graduate comes with a new set of responsibilities. You're actually better positioned than most anyone else to take some big risks. Therefore, you have a responsibility to be willing to take those risks. You have a duty to be daring. You are honor-bound to be brave. You're expected to be open to the unexpected. Shortly after Stanford, I left a big six-figure job with 6 figures in student loan debt. Really, still, let's not talk about that. To go work at a tech startup as employee number 20. You can imagine my family's reaction when I told them I was going to work for a company that promoted itself as the Netflix of fashion. No one thought it would work. The company went on to earn unicorn status and later IPO. Taking that risk and others like it, and the experiences I've learned managing teams, shaping cultures, and helping early companies scale later allowed me to thrive in media, entertainment, and Silicon Valley, industries not exactly known to be risk-free or to have people leading who look like us. You must take risks. You must commit yourself to a cause. You must throw yourself into an idea to build a business only you are uniquely able to build, to write the play that only you can write, to follow the surprises of life wherever they may take you. And if those surprises bring you to my door someday, know that you're part of my Ujima, and my door is always open to you. And above all, know that this home you've created here, this extended family, this Ujima here at Stanford, is a place you always can come back to. In a few years, sitting in these seats, there will be the next generation. The people who will reach out to you for advice and inspiration. The people you can lift up just as you have been lifted. They want to hear about the lessons you learned from those risks that you've taken and the benefits you've accrued from those risks as well. Every year this family grows and your responsibility grows along with it. So welcome all of you to an even bigger and always growing and supportive Ujima. And congratulations to all of the Black graduates here of 2022, 2021, and 2020. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Charles Lowry, co-president of the Stanford SNBAA. Congratulations on your graduation. What an exciting time. After 45 years of being a Stanford graduate, I am still benefiting from the education and experiences I gained at Stanford. One of the most important things I learned is that being a lifetime learner is so important to one's success in career, in family, in life. So continue to grow and continue to change. Congratulations again. We really want you to become a member of the SNBAA upon graduation. We need your energy, your excitement, your enthusiasm. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Congratulations, you did it. You are an official certified Stanford alum. Welcome to the club. And also welcome to the Chocolate Cardinal Alumni Club as well. My name is Anthony Franklin, class of 90 and class of 2018, and I'm a current board member on the Stanford National Black Alumni Association. I just want to take this time to give you your flowers now for your great achievement. You personify Black excellence. And as you begin the next phase of your life, I'd like to give you a few words of wisdom that I have obtained over my 30 plus years of being out in the real world, quote unquote. If you want to be happy, you want to be successful, then whatever you do, serve others. Serve your family, serve your friends, serve your community. I have found that resonates most for me in terms of trying to live a self-actualized life. And I'll leave you with this quote that resonates with me from Francis Chan. Our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things in life that really does not matter. Take care and enjoy the next phase of your life. Bye.
Congratulations, you did it. You graduated from one of the most elite universities in the entire world, Stanford University. I'm Roscoe Jones, proud graduate of the class of 2000, and I want to welcome each of you into one of the most elite memberships in the world, a graduate of Stanford University. Now, what will you do next? My advice is threefold. One, continue to find ways to make a difference and an impact on the lives of others. Two, make sure that you lift as we climb, lifting up those behind you. And three, find ways to get involved in the Alumni Association and to give back your time, talents, and energy to Stanford. Congratulations again.
All right. Thank you again. Let's give a round of applause to Nadia for the alumni charge. And to the Stanford National Black Alumni Association for those messages. I would also like to acknowledge any other Stanford alumni that may be present with us in the audience this evening. Welcome back home, welcome to back to campus. Anyone here? Wonderful. Beautiful. I am now going to be joined on stage by Mohammed Juma. And Sierra Porter. They both will be graduating with a BA in Human Biology.
In the words of Miss Jan Barker Alexander, you have to be quick, nimble, adaptable, and flexible. And let me tell you something. We've done just that over these past 4 years.
Take this speech, for instance. After a long week of papers, presentations, projects, and final exams, we realized we had a speech to write.
But guess what? We were quick, we were nimble, we were adaptable.
Flexible too.
And we sat together, just like we've done through the chemistry P-sets, the Hum Bio study sessions, the staff meetings, and the BSU planning calls, and we worked it out. One last time for the nostalgia.
So let us reflect on the memories and experiences that have brought us to this moment. I remember the overwhelming excitement of starting fresh at a new place in what I thought was sunny California. I remember walking down Lagunito Court for the first time and hearing the thunderous shouts of my RAs screaming my name. We had never laid eyes on each other before, and yet they showed me love, just for me being there, just for being me. That is what belonging felt like.
Listen, I will remember the food. In fact, I will never forget the meals we were served during Black Liberation Month. Take injera and sambusa, for example. And now, we got any East Africans in the building? Any y'all? Okay. Okay, now think about the last time you had injera and sambusa. Now imagine if it were drier, unseasoned, and burnt. We had to endure that too.
I remember when we were first told that the last 2 weeks of winter quarter would be virtual. At the time, we didn't understand the gravity of the situation until 2 weeks turned to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to a year and a half of virtual schooling. We were ejected from campus, scattered all over the world, losing the sense of community we had grown accustomed to.
And we had to remember who we were when we weren't at school, when we weren't being students at Stanford, but rather people with more immediate obligations to our families and local communities, all while being enrolled in Zoom University. Being suspended in time and space, watching as days, weeks, and months bled into each other, finding the motivation to exhibit the intellectual vitality that we all keenly wrote about in our personal statements, that was hardly easy.
Compounded with the heavy weight of isolation, we witnessed an amplification of anti-Blackness and racial violence during 2020 that felt like a never-ending uphill battle. We honor the lives of the individuals we lost during that time, whose names remained etched in our minds. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Alua Toyin, Ahmaud Arbery, and the many other victims of racial violence who never received justice. And even then, we were still expected to prioritize school over our own mental health and well-being. As I reflect on that period, I don't have a feeling of immense pride that we were able to persevere and keep it pushing. I feel grateful that I was able to be in communities with others who were struggling with me, crying with me, trying to do the best we could given our circumstances. That isn't resilience, that is survival. We fostered a community of care to support one another and hold each other in the face of adversity.
And our community is made of folks from all sorts of backgrounds, identities, and experiences that we carry with us at each door we walk through and at each table we take a seat at. Navigating this campus and this world as if you're wading through a deep sea of cognitive dissonance, through the undercurrents of imposter syndrome, it's a demanding way to live. But over these past 4 years, I realized it's okay if the puzzle pieces of my self-concept don't neatly fit together. Part of being at the nexus between so many forces that seek to delegitimize, erase, and stigmatize our whole truths is the tendency to prioritize everyone else's opinion and judgment. In other words, our own well-being, our dignity, and our integrity take second priority. But the friends and fighters and accomplices I've happened upon at Stanford opened their hearts to me and embraced me through the peaks I've reached and the valleys I've conquered. I'll never forget our reunion after a year and a half of virtual learning. We had all changed so much. Some of us grew out locks. Some explored newfound talents like songwriting and DJing. Others fell down the rabbit hole of crypto. We returned together as butterflies having emerged from our pandemic cocoons, and together we started a new journey, one defined by a reclamation of self and community. This moment is deserving of jubilation, glory belonging to ourselves, our friends and families, our mentors, and all who will precede and follow us.
As we begin to forge our new paths, we must remember the generations that came before us. We are standing on the very stage where the Black Student Union demanded spaces of inclusivity for Black people on campus. We are an extension of their legacies, and we're not the first to cross this stage, and because of them, we surely won't be the last. So let us celebrate our major accomplishment and embrace the ambiguity of our future. It's okay to not know what comes next. Part of being a young adult is figuring it out, making mistakes, and being the pilot of our own journeys. We are more than just Stanford students, and this period of our life does not define us. We all have the opportunity to create our own narrative of who we want to be in this world and what legacy we want to leave behind. And it's okay to choose yourself. Take that job you're passionate about. Take up space in places that were meant to exclude us. Surround yourself with people who fill you with love and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Do what makes you happy. It's your life at the end of the day, and you can't live it for anyone else but yourself. And remember always, you're part of something way bigger.
Good job. Thank you again to Mohammed and Sierra. Please welcome Munira Alimir. To the stage for the undergraduate student address. They will be graduating with a BA in a BA in urban studies.
Ooh, Jama! You know, I've always wanted to say that to an audience, like, you know, we got the A-wingers, the B-wingers, but we need some more C-winger pride. All of us who spent so much time, also I'm trying to pull up my speech, all of us who spent so much time looking for Black community, this one's for you. So, hey, Black Stanford. Can I get a louder hey, please? Hey, okay. Woo. Welcome, friends, family, and community to the first in-person Black grad since our freshman year in 2019. It's hard to believe how quickly our time has passed. And I mean, I'm kind of nostalgic, but that would be lying. I'm glad to be out of here. And I've just been reflecting so much on how Stanford has changed us and how much we've all changed Stanford and how this idea of like, the sands of time keep on going. It's just really hard to believe the last time that we were together like this was a Black convocation, or like maybe faces in here. But back then, I had no idea what Stanford was about to send our way. I was expecting a Stanford story, the one where you're a talented Black person and you come here and you struggle just a little, not too much. And then you evolve into a diamond under the pressure. You hear these stories enough times, and you begin to believe them. For me, Stanford was the first place I felt like I could be all versions of myself at once. But it also felt like where I'd find the most ideal version of myself. In some ways, I did. So I joked with my friends a lot before I finished writing the speech, and we talked about the story, the hero's tale, the trials, the triumphs, and the happy conclusions. And I even wrote one of my own. So I'm Munira Alimir, or Munira Alimere, and Stanford was a place I learned to stand out on my own. I came from living in these huge Somali enclaves to being one of 3 Somali undergrads my freshman year. The transition was hard, but my experiences, they empowered me to make the most of Stanford. I studied abroad in Cape Town. Yeah. I got into fashion and experimental radio. I learned how to longboard. Now that was a trial, let me tell you. And I was both Stanford's youngest student body president and the only Muslim person to ever hold a role. Thank you. So you see, I overcame a lot of tough, isolating experiences over my time here. But I've learned so much, and I'm going to medical school in the fall. I'm really sorry, y'all. Just like half of the intended Stanford pre-med people, I dropped that really quick. Like week 3, Chem 31, that midterm really got me. But the thing is though, the rest of that story, it's not that it's not accurate, because yeah, lots of that really happened. It's just not my truth, and it's not the story I want to tell. It was not easy to get here, and it was such a shock to realize that it wasn't gonna get any easier. So, at Stanford, I've struggled. At Stanford, I've failed. At Stanford, I've experienced the deepest misery that anyone could face. So most of my pre-pandemic life here at Stanford was spent not feeling good enough, never feeling appreciated, and just never feeling like I could measure up to the BS standard that we're all put up again from the very beginning. Most of this year was spent not feeling seen, respected, or protected. And I know I'm not the only one. At Stanford, I learned what it meant to be alone. And for most of my life, I was surrounded by my family and community, friends and cousins, a world that made me feel so loved. And I thought I'd come to Stanford and I'd instantly find this. But Stanford was, and still is not like that sometimes. First of all, I did SLE. But I was the only Black girl in that. But in my freshman year, I was one of 2 Somali frosh, one of 3 Black hijabis. And thus I was at this terrible junction of being hyper-visible and hyper-recognizable, but feeling invisible, uncared for, and unseen. Shortly after NSO, the 3 of us were sitting together in Uj late at night, and another freshman approached us to say, "You know why men love hijabis? You're all like candy. We can't wait to see what's under the wrapper." Right? And this moment made me believe that I would never find community here, but I was proven wrong. Stuff like that drove me to organizing, and I made the best friends I ever got to know. In my Senate year, I was one of 3 Black senators, and we became collaborators and co-conspirators, and we did all sorts of really cool things, like the ASSU fund, where we distributed $190,000 to 1,400 low-income graduate students, undergraduate students, and various community members. And so much more. I staffed Tara, the co-op, for 2 separate years. I became involved in theater and was part of the first all-Black women theater company, Schoolgirls. Shout out to Schoolgirls! And most of all, I had a lot of fun. I had so much fun. And I found so much more than I thought I'd find here, because I was coming here to get that degree, become really successful, and leave. But I'm so grateful for the way my path turned, for the community we built together with love, care, and hard work, through organizing and art making, and mostly trying not to fail our classes. For everyone, I'm so grateful for everyone who believed in me, for my found family, and for the places that we filled with tears, laughter, light, and hope. And for my Somali people, and oh my gosh, without you guys, I wouldn't have become the person I am today. Like Marian Kaba says, everything worthwhile is done with other people, and so it goes. But recently, I've just been thinking it's really unfair, especially for the class of 2022, because there's expectation that Stanford will be the best 4 years of your life, that you will be happier here than you've ever been anywhere else, and that you will be happy all the time. That's not the truth. And especially in these times, in these moments of global ongoing pandemics and this, like, I guess, realizing, a lot of white people realizing how much white supremacy is having an impact on us. You know, maybe they're starting to see us as people, which is great. But in all these different ways, we've all realized that sometimes you can't love Stanford. Sometimes you can't even like it. Sometimes this place just sucks. And yeah, this place can break you and leave you feeling lonelier than you've ever been. But honestly, that's not all there is here. And I've heard from so many of my fellow graduates, from so many of the juniors, even like underclassmen, how they feel like they've wasted their time here away already, and that they really wish that things could have gone differently. But honestly, sometimes I feel the same. 4 years is such a small part of our lives. Making it at Stanford was never, ever an indication of our future success, especially with rampant anti-Blackness, especially with the immense, incredible loss we've been feeling for years. We have all existed before Stanford, and when we leave, we will continue to exist. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm almost done. But every single last one of you, I can only really see the first rows, but all of you are so loved by your community, by your friends, by your family, and by this world. If we measured our success here through our friendships and our found families and all the lovely things we did that gave us life, we'd all quickly realize that we've already made it. And lastly, Erica Scott, if she's here, hi Erica, but the president before me, once when she was trying to look out for me, she asked, what was I gonna do after president? And I don't think I told you guys, yeah, I was the youngest president, but also I may have been the first president to ever resign. And she asked, what are you gonna do your junior year? What are you gonna do your senior year? What are you gonna do after this? And for a very long time, I couldn't imagine an answer, and now I know the answer is exist. So when someone asks you what you're going to do after Stanford, what exact or kind of life path will come your way, when you feel the terror of uncertainty as you forge your own path, I ask you to believe in your ability to navigate this world and to remind yourself that all you really need to do is exist. Thank you.
Thank you to Manira for the undergraduate address. Please join me in welcoming Savannah McCoy to the stage for the graduate student address. Savannah will be graduating with an MS in Management Science and Engineering.
Thank you. I'll keep this brief. Good evening, Stanford University, faculty, esteemed guests, and my fellow graduates. I am honored to give this year's graduate student address. My name is Savannah McCoy, and I'm graduating with a Master of Science in Management Science and Engineering. Here, we are celebrating our achievements together. We mark the completion of a challenging but victorious journey. After hours and hours of our dedication, we've earned the right to call ourselves alumni of the illustrious Stanford University. Over the last 2 years, we've shown the world what it means for our hearts to be in our work. We've worn masks, socially distanced, and completed color testing so that we can protect each other and the greater Stanford community. We've persisted through mental health challenges brought on by the isolation of this pandemic and the rigor of our work so that we can make the most of our time here and walk away with something special. For all the times we ask ourselves, why did I even sign up for this graduate program? We are finally here. But we're not done yet. Once we leave here, we will step toward challenges of the real world. We can face these challenges with the benefit of a Stanford education, knowing that we are prepared to rise above the status quo, to challenge what exists, and to address the critical concerns of anti-racism, to lead successful careers and meaningful lives in a global society. In order to overcome the challenges we will face after today, we will need the love and support from those around us. Thankfully, we have friends and family members whose love and support helped us all make it here. So this evening, I would like to say thanks. Thank you to our parents who gave us life and the possibility to be where we stand. Thank you to our ancestors, our predecessors who fought for Black education and our right to amass as much knowledge as we see fit. Thank you to our professors who have enlightened us with knowledge we will carry with us to all of our future endeavors. And thank you to the Black Community Services Center for hosting the Black Graduation event to give us this special moment to commemorate our many achievements with family and friends. As we leave here today, I would like to share with you some words from author and social activist Bell Hooks that moved my heart. She says, "To be truly visionary, we have to root our imagination in our concrete reality while simultaneously imagining possibilities beyond that reality." So Stanford University, after all our grief, our struggle, our sacrifices, and after all our bravery, our persistence, and our triumph, I ask us all to be visionaries. As we go forward together, let's keep our hearts in our work so that we, Stanford University's newest alumni, can realize the possibilities beyond our reality. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 22.
Thank you to Savannah. I would now like to invite Destiny Mahone up to the stage. For some reflections and remarks, she will be representing the classes of 2020 and 2021. Destiny graduated in 2020 with a BA in Psychology and African American Studies.
Hello. Hi. When Dr. Roslyn invited me to speak to the classes of 2020 and 2021, I was quick to respond with a yes, I would be honored. But immediately after pressing send, I felt an overwhelming sense of regret and anxiety. Not because I didn't love and appreciate Dr. Roz and the lovely Christian Price for everything they did for me during and after my time at Stanford, but because I didn't find myself worthy enough to take up space on this evening celebrating our community. You see, for years I spent time hiding behind incessant yeses, action items, and smiles. I spent countless moments hiding in the shadows of other people whose light I admired, and if I'm being honest, sometimes envied. I spent most of my time comparing myself to others, thinking, wow, if I could just speak like them, if I could just think like them, if I could insert any action word that you could think of like anyone else, maybe I could look in the mirror and be happy with what I see. I hid because hiding meant that I didn't have to think about being greater. I didn't have to think about being disappointed by unmet expectations, and I didn't have to examine the reasons why I internalized this defeatist attitude in the first place. I use this past tense verb, spent, as if it's something I miraculously overcame during the pandemic when I was supposed to be meditating, and that didn't go too well, but here we are. But it's not something I've overcome yet, and my fear and anxiety over accepting this invitation to speak in front of you all was proof of that. But over the past few days, I've reconnected and continued conversations with some of the people who are near and dear to my heart, and I've been reminded of something much greater than my deepest fears and anxiety. I've been reminded of what pure, selfless, and genuine love looks like. What I remember most about Stanford are the spontaneous moments spent with friends who became like the siblings I never had. Moments in lakeside dining freshman year with you know who you are, exchanging moments of witty banter, Moments when I looked for any reason to go with my friends for a McDonald's run. Moments of having tea time senior year with my closest friends with, well, how shall I say, some spirited libations. The list goes on and on. And while the events and experiences vary for each moment, one thing was also very consistent: the genuine love that I have for each and every single person I think of during these reflections, and the love they have for me in return. I look at my friends and I stand in awe of their beauty, humor, love, strength, and creativity. And I'm reminded that these qualities are not finite. I love the way Doechii, if you know Doechii, great. If you don't, go ahead and listen to the music, framed it in her song, God. She says, we must come to recognize that God is an unlimited supply and that everyone has access. This is so beautiful to me because while I am nowhere close to figuring it out, I can always look to the beauty, excellence, and love embodied by each and every single person in this room, and remember that I too am worthy of taking up space, because the wonderful things I see in everybody else on a daily basis is in me too. I'm not saying it's easy, but I hope that no matter how bleak the future may seem, or how stressful or overwhelming life may get, you are always reminded in one way or another of the greatness that has unconditionally been bestowed onto you. Because it is this greatness that is going to pour into the generations to come and touch the lives of people you meet. It is this love that we find among one another that doesn't require perfection or a complete eradication of our insecurities in order for us to be excellent. In my opinion, it is this love, this excellence, that embraces all of who we are and celebrates us in spite of our fear and propels us into the light that is so desperately waiting for us. So with that, I say thank you and congratulations to the classes of 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Thank you again to Destiny. I would now like to invite Chastity Hale to the stage to explain the significance of the Kente ceremony. She will be graduating with an MA in Public Policy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chastity Hale, and I am a journalism master's student. I am so honored to be here with you all, speaking about the meaning of the Kente sash. As a writer, I have always used figurative language to capture my feelings. But today, I keep coming up with mixed metaphors and idiom blends. The Oxford English Dictionary defines mixed metaphors as a combination of two or more incompatible metaphors, which produces a ridiculous effect. An idiom blend is essentially the same thing. Here's an example. At this very moment, I am 1,000,000 miles away. As I think about the Kente sash and reflect on what it means to be here at Stanford, as I consider the personal and collective histories of each person in this room, as I imagine the strength and courage and resilience and passion and faith that propelled you and I and all of us here, as I try to imagine what's next, I am both excited and nervous, ready yet reluctant. And when I think about our family and friends, the ones who have loved us and raised us up and helped us achieve this goal, I feel a lot of things. I feel grateful and happy and sad and satisfied and stressed and too many things to name. When I think about all of our futures and the possibilities in this room, I am trying to stay down to earth while building castles in the sky. These are the golden days, and yet the best is yet to come. These phrases, while contradictory, best encapsulate my current state of being. I am a blend of conflicting emotions. I am a mixed metaphor. Today, I think we all are, and that's okay. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to my mom, who is my greatest inspiration. And finally, congratulations to the classes of 2020, 2021, and 22. Now, a brief word on the significance of the Kente cloth. Kente cloth originates from the Asante people of Ghana in West Africa. The weaving of Kente cloth dates to the 12th century and was woven exclusively for Asante kings and queens. It is more than just cloth. It is a visual representation of history, philosophy, ethics, and moral values. The symbolic meanings of the colors and symbols on our Kente cloths are as follows. Red represents the bloodshed of our ancestors and their struggles and sacrifices for independence from colonial rule. Gold represents the rich minerals of Africa. It symbolizes wealth, financial, spiritual, and intellectual. Green represents the abundant vegetation of Africa. It symbolizes growth, fruitfulness, and vitality. Black represents maturity. It derives its significance from the notion that new things get darker when they mature. The Asante stool represents leadership. The golden stool is the symbol of rule of the Asante Kingdom in Ghana. Today, the original royal fabric of Ghana has become an extraordinary fusion of our rich African past, our fruitful present, and our even more promising future. Thank you.
Thank you to Chastity. All right, so to all of the graduating classes, please remember that this community is here for you and will celebrate you along the way after you leave Stanford. Please create your own definition of success as you transition into this next chapter. As you leave the Stanford bubble, keep your level of intellectual curiosity and integrity and commitment to your communities. Now it's the time, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the presentation of graduates. I will now be joined on stage by our drummers. Okay, graduates and Kente presenters, please listen for some instructions. So our bachelor's candidates, we will begin. First 4 rows, please stand, and you'll be led by a volunteer to the back. Bachelor's candidates only. All right. Thank you to our drummers to get us in the mood. We're going to start with our bachelor's candidates. Let's welcome our first person to the stage. Fumi Solono, undergraduate BS in biomedical computation. Go ahead. Munira Alimir, BA in urban studies. Zachary Bangs, BA in political science and sociology. Delali Azamati, undergraduate BS in computer science. The BA? Yes, okay. 1 second. Noah Fields, BA Biomedical Computation. Manar Barsi, BS Economics. Malay Haptagergis, BS Psychology. Isis Anderson, BA, Science, Technology, Society, and African American Studies. Not BS? Okay, wait, right here. Davia Terry, BA, Urban Studies and Education. Dominique Earl, major is Science, Technology, and Society. Is it Beauvoir? BA, 2021. We have a class of 2021 graduate, Sophia Beauvoir. BA, Science, Technology, and Society, minor African and African American Studies. Brianna Godfrey, BS Human Biology. Layo Lania, BS, Symbolic Systems and African American Studies. Oh, I see. Ewa. Okay. What's the degree? Is it BA? Ewu Boahen, BS, Material Science and Engineering. Is it Edom? What is it? Okay. It's Edom, okay, okay. Blessing Edom, BA Human Biology. Samuel Mensah, BS Mathematical and Computational Science. There you go. Zoe Mungu, BS Biomedical Engineering and Management. Ania Esyen, BS Product Design. Bethel Bairu, BS Human Biology. Okay, Famira Lafferton. Famira Lafferton, BS International Relations. Njaku. Njaka. Sonora. Njaka. Got it. Sonora Unjaka. BS Computer Science, minor African and African American Studies. Sydney Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Chemical Engineering. Equia McLeod. Is it BA? BA or BS? BS Electrical Engineering. Dion Thomas, BS Chemical Engineering. Christina Ibosele. Got it. What's it? BS? Mhm. Christina Martha Ibosele, BS Mechanical Engineering. Janique Lee, BS Mechanical Engineering. Are you 2022? Are you 2020? Okay, I'm trying to announce them. So you did a BS and an MS. Okay. Jabari Hastings, 2020 graduate. BS Mathematics with honors and an MS in Computer Science. Ruthie Lewis. Ruthie Lewis, BS Mechanical Engineering. Why didn't you write it down? Just say it right here. Chileoka Mbezwe. Chileoka Mbezwe. Chielka Mbezwe, BS Mechanical Engineering. A reminder to please write your phonetic spelling on your cards for me. Thank you. Is it low? Lauren Lowe, BA, English with creating writing emphasis in human biology. What's the name? Chapman? What's the degree? Okay. What's the BS? Natalie Chapman, BS Material Science and Engineering. Blend together, child. Tamara. We have a 2020 graduate, Tamara Morris. Political Science and African American Studies. Shania. Say the last name? Okay. Shania, yes. Shania Akbana, BS Human Biology. You too. 2020? Yeah. We have a class of 2020 graduate. Dayana Tucker, BA, African and African American Studies with honors. Which one, 20? Ramona Nickel Green, 2020 graduate. BS with honors, Science, Technology, and Society. Oh, okay. Lenny Defoe, class of 2021. Class of 2021, undergraduate in political science. Leah Knight Williams, BA Psychology. Idalis Ibrahim, BA in Art Practice. Holden Farah, BS Biology and African American Studies. It's BA? Okay. Ariel Williams, BA, International Relations and African American Studies with honors. Valexa Aurelian, BS Computer Science Biocomputation. Jody Wonkwo, BS Medical Anthropology. Amiel Dixon, BA Psychology, African and African American Studies minor. Kayla Williams, BS Political Science. Kiara T. Dunbar, BA Feminist Gender and Sexuality Studies. Marlon Washington II, BS, Human Biology, minor Theater and Performance Studies. James, okay, Zuma, got it. James Okaro Juma, BS, Management Science and Engineering, minor French. Is it Joel or Joel? Joel. Joel White, BS, Architectural Design, minor Art Practice. Spencer Robinson, BS, Biology, Microbes and Immunity Tract and Earth Systems. Aaliyah. Oh, I was like, what's it, BA or BS? BA? Aaliyah Clements, BA, Public Policy. He's 2020. We have a class of 2020 graduate, Evan Michelle Miller, BA in Communication. Isabella Ruiz, BS, Human Biology. Oh 2020? Good to see you. We have a class of 2020 graduate, Gregory Clark, BA, Political Science. Cameron Aaron Lincoln, BA, Human Biology. Vinette. Maya Vinette, BS, Communication and Psychology. Keyshawn King, BS, Psychology and Sociology. Wait, oh, Hardrick. Hardrick? Oh my God, okay, I see. Bobby Hardrick. BS, Political Science. Oh my God. 2020. 2020? Ooh, I get y'all mixed up. Shek Mulba, 2020 graduate. Bachelor of Science, Political Science with a minor in African and African American Studies. Hey, how are you? Makai. Another 2020 graduate, Makai Jones, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science. You 2020? Wow. Is it Stip? Oh my God. Jordan Stip, 2020 graduate, BS in Computer Science. How are you? Yeah, good to see you too. Okay, work with me. Eli. Oh, okay. I can do that. We have another 2020 graduate, Eli Fire Aubin Peters, graduating with Sociology and Creative Writing minor. Kevin Martin, BS, Music Management, Science, and Engineering. Omid Miraftab Salah, BS Bioengineering. Gotcha. Amber Patrick, BS, Management Science and Engineering. Tavian Njombe. Tavian Njombe, BS, Management Science and Engineering and African Studies. Kaylee. People pronounce it different. I didn't know it was Kaylee. Kaylee Beecham, BS Bioengineering. Samina Cruz. Samina Cruz, BS Biochemical Engineering. How are you? Brian Romero, BS Chemistry. Brian Romero, BS in Chemistry. Wait right here. Naomi Ray, BS Chemical Engineering. Lauren Gill, BS Civil Engineering. Julia Simon, BS Chemical Engineering. Okay, no mathematics. Dwight Moore Jr., BS Computer Science. Rebels. Okay. Kira Revels, BS Bioengineering. Cameron Kilpatrick, BS Mechanical Engineering. Yosheb Getachew. Yosheb Getachew, BS Honors in Physics and Mathematics. Wait right here for me. Josh Shangwe. Josh Shangwe, BS Computer Science with Honors. Lena. Idris. Lena Idris. MBA, our first master's candidate. Izuna. Got it. What is the degree? Okay. Izuna Okonkwa, MBA. Okunai. Melanie Okunai, MBA. Julian Dickinson, MBA. Say it in my ear. Kasawa Baka Mudu Kanele, MBA. Wow, I love it. Megan Hunter, MBA. Taylor Phillips, MBA. It's a whole bunch of y'all. Is it Maka? Maka Ngwenya. Maka Ngwenya, MBA. Quinn Smalling. Did you get out of order? BS? Y'all are in an interesting order up here. We have more bachelor's candidates. Quinn Smalling, BS, Mathematics, minor Global Studies, Africa focus. Alex Little. We have Alex Little, BS, Symbolic Systems. Is it Ehim? Ehim. David Ehim, BS Computer Science. Shay Olujide. Got it. Shay Olujide, BS Computer Science. Elena Devon, BA Psychology. How are you? Sanjay Logan. Donjay Logan, BS Electrical Engineering. Celeste Jupiter, BS Human Biology. Wesley Stevenson, BA Urban Studies. Whitney Thomas, BS Urban Studies with honors in Architectural Design. Tara Sullivan, BS Psychology. Emily. Oh no, got it. Emily Kono, BS Bioengineering. Christopher Aduse Poku. You 2020. Christopher Aduse. We have a 2020 graduate, Christopher Aduse Poku, BS Management Science and Engineering, and an MA in Communication in 2021. Alex Goodman, BS Symbolic Systems. Marvin Collins, BS Bioengineering. Cyan Donju. Cyan Doju, BS Human Immersive Design Engineering. '20 graduate next, Destiny Mahone, BA Psychology and African American Studies. Good to see you. We have a class of 2020 graduate, Morgan Maylin Grant, BA African and African American Studies with creative honors in identity, diversity, and aesthetics. Holden Abdi Youssef. Masters in Mathematics, co-term Computer Science. Nardos Solomon. BA, Human Biology and Psychology. Kanan. Is it a BA, BS? 2020. It's a BS? Okay, I got it. So we have a 2020 and 2021 graduate, Kanan Cole, Mechanical Engineering, BS and MA. Seneca, how you doing? Good. 2020. We have a class of 2021 graduates, Seneca, friend, BS, Electrical Engineering. All right. Savannah. BS, Masters. Savannah McCoy, MS, Management Science and Engineering. I'm melting. Bria Holmes Lewis, BA, Communications, minor in Comparative Studies in Race and Ethnicity. What's the last name? Fulafak. Noah Fulafak. BS, Mathematical and Computational Science in African and African American Studies. Gotcha. Is it a BA? BA? BS. Alex Mack, BS, Computer Science and Political Science. Daniel, he's BA, BS. Daniel Isu, BS, Energy Resources Engineering. Okay, gotcha. Callie Huff, BS, Political Science. Is it Amen? Babakir. Okay. What's Emma? John is it? Management, Science, and Engineering. BS. Amen Babakir. BS, Management Science and Engineering. Crystal Moore, MA, Sociology. Okay, Benjamin White. Okay. So we have Benjamin White Jr., MBA, and an MS in Resources, School of Earth, Energy, and Environmental Sciences. Science, technology. Y'all need acronyms. Beckon Smith. We have a class of 2020 graduate, Beckon Smith, BS, Science, Technology, and Society. Caleb. Caleb Segai. BS with honors, biology, neurobiology track. Bethel Goshow, BA, Civil and Environmental Engineering, minor Human Rights. Shaddai Vital, BA. BA, International Relations and Economics. Serena Debusai. BS in Physics, minors, Math, and African American Studies. Logan Pierce, BS, Symbolic Systems, class of 2020, minor in Spanish. Sierra Porter. BA, Human Biology, minors in African and African American Studies and Theater and Performance Studies. Mohammed Juma. Let me say the middle. Mohammed El Mushtuba Juma. BA, Human Biology, minor in African and African American Studies. Teba K. Maloko. Class of 2020, BA in Economics, and 21, MA in Public Policy. Okay. Okay. Temadayo Dairo. We have BS 2020 in Mechanical Engineering and an MS in 2021. Josh Nicoy, BS, Symbolic Systems with honors. Christopher Turner, BA, African and African American Studies. Sequoia Hippolyte. Sequoia Hippolyte, BA, African and African American Studies. Gabriella Smith, BA, Psychology with honors, specialization in mind, culture, and society. Cody Pugh, BS, Film and Media Studies. Rodney Harrington, class of 2020 graduate. We have a BA in International Relations with an emphasis in World Economics and a minor in French. Kaya Branch, BS Human Biology. Michael Damon Brown Jr., BA and a BAH in African and African American Studies with a minor in Political Science. Take it in. Kobe Hopkins, BA in Political Science, minor in Communication. Nashira Black, BA Sociology and African American Studies, minor. Sierra O'Carey. Sierra O'Carey, BS Product Design. Leah Harris, BA Psychology with Honors. Ahmed. Ahmed Abdullah, BS Physics with Honors and a BS in Mathematics. Matthias Abibi, BA Economics. Okay. It's a BA? Yeah. You 2022, right? Okay. We have a 2021 graduate, Jordan Oakes, BA International Relations, minor in Data Science. Kennedy Gamble, BA in Economics, minor in Sociology. Sierra Edwards, BAH in African and African American Studies, and a minor in Native American Studies. 2020? Mamadou? Diallo. Mamadou Diallo. Class of 2020, BS Computer Science. (2022) Okay, that's right. We have a 2021 and 2022 graduate, Sydney Stevens, BS Mechanical Engineering, and an MS in Mechanical Engineering. Wumi Akinlemibola, BS Chemistry, MS Material Science and Engineering. You 2020? Okay, so you both. We have 2021-2022 graduate, Jaira Smith, BA, Human Biology, MA, Public Policy. Mm-hmm. 2021 and 2022 graduate, Chastity Hale, BA in Communication and an MA in Journalism. Abisola Alawale, Master's co-term in Computer Science. So Jeff Brown, Master's co-term, Computer Science and Electrical Engineering. Ahmed M. Ahmed, BS in Honors and an MCS, Computer Science. Sterling Flavian III, BS and MS, Computer Science. Alexis Ariel Davies, Master's co-term. Alexa Ariel Davies, Master's co-term in Mechanical Engineering. What is it? Is it MS? Menelik James, MS, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Amo Benjamin Coranton, MS, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Julian Body, class of 2020, BS Product Design. Class of 2020, Kojo Ata, BA Political Science. Minor African and African American Studies and Spanish. Hannah Tedessa, BS Computer Science and Communication. Betty Derjay, BA African and African American Studies and minor in Education. Felicia Moore, BA International Relations. Habib Jimu, Biomedical Computation. Gary Archibald, BS, Science, Technology, and Society. Sean Howard, 2020-2021 graduate, BA International Relations, MS Management Science and Engineering.
You're gonna start with my last name, but that's all good. Aunala. Just think of it.
Oh, Anu.
Aunala.
Anuala. Anuala.
Aunala. It's all good.
Anuala.
Yeah, it's all good.
Khalid. Say the full name. Khalid Anuala. Master of Science, Computational and Mathematical Engineering. Kendall. Mm-hmm. 2022 co-term? Kendall Beach, 2021-2022. BS, Computer Science, and an MS. 2020. Is it Davis? Chase Davis, class of 2020. BS and MS Computer Science. What years? Your co-term. Bokar Wade, co-term masters, computer science. 2022. Arafat Mohammed. Arafat Mohammed, BS and MS, Computer Science and African Studies minor. Oh, you're 2020, okay. Bryce. Class of 2020 graduate, Bryce Marion, Master's, Management Science and Engineering. Ali Sami. Ali Sami Richmond Odufisan, MS, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Warfa Jibril, gotcha. Warfa Jibril, MBA. Sydney Sykes, MBA. Devon Robertson, MBA. Iman Floyd Carroll. 2020 BS, STS, Media and Communication, and then MA in Data Journalism. You 2020-2021 graduate, Michaela Watson, BS, Product Design Engineering, and MA, Sustainability, Science, and Practice. Isaiah Sanders, Master's in Management Science and Engineering. Yeah, you're welcome. Fatima Elbakuri, MA in Education, class of 2020. Natalie, say, Ezu. Can't reach her. Okay. Natalie Ezugu. 2020 BS in Mechanical Engineering and 2022 MS in Mechanical Engineering. Roy Ombati, MS Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, and Design and Impact. MS. Jerry. Oh, Jari, Maji, Jari. Jaramaji Kareem Adams, MS in Management, class of 2020. Okay. Class of 2020 graduate, Travis Melvin, MS in Management. Julianne Ibokwe, Master's Aeronautics and Aeronautics Engineering. Awinam Mauna Wanya. Okay. Awinam Moana Wonya, MS Civil Engineering. Alejandro Boxil, Master's Mechanical Engineering. Thank you. You're 22? Okay. Shannon Chapman, Master of Elementary Education. Thank you. Julian. Right. Oh, that's our R? Weather. Okay. Julian Menora Wright Retta. BS, Biology with honors, specialization in ecology and evolution, and an MS in biology. You look so good. Laura Taylor Colley, PhD, Management Science and Engineering. Is it Durham? Durham. Durham, PhD, History. Jasmine Reed, PhD in Anthropology. Grace. Oh, that's great. It's okay.
Speaker doesn't want to do it because nobody's here.
Okay. Grace Perez, Doctorate in Education. Let's give all of our graduates a round of applause. Thank y'all for hanging with us. We had extra graduates, as you can see. We wanted to make sure they had their moment, so we appreciate y'all. I really do hope y'all enjoyed celebrating our graduates. Let's give them another round of applause. So graduates, y'all are already cherishing this moment with your family and friends. We ask that you enjoy the rest of commencement activities. As we come to a close, note that the reception is immediately following at Arriaga Rec Center, which is located out the front doors down the street to my left. We have some light bites and some refreshments. We have folks leading the way. Sound good? Okay, for folks that are still here, please stay in your seats. Graduates that are still here, go ahead and stand up for us. And we're gonna go ahead and play the song that they chose. And we'll have our graduates exit followed by our platform guests. And then the rest of you, we will see you at the reception.
If you feel insignificant,